Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm on my phone. I didn't do a full reading, but I kind of have an idea who's involved allegedly. I think it's family, honestly. It's not a stranger. And I received a couple things on the 31st through my EVP that I found, and it matches the astrology and the cards and everything that I've been doing. And when I hit that location, the REM pod spiked multiple times every time I hit it. And it's the kind of area that I'm looking for via, again, the astrology and the cards and everything that I worked on this morning. I've been up since about, after I got off the live last night, I couldn't kind of leave it alone because I had that nausea spike with the EMF going off. And I'm only going to be able to do this till I get to a certain part of Tucson because I don't know my way over there, so I'll have to turn this off and turn my map on. I brought Justice with me because I'm like, a dog is a dog, and, walking a dog is better than not walking a dog. So, can you imagine if he was trained? But anyways, I'm looking for a culvert, a specific culvert that's by a road name that I got, and I was getting road tracks. I have been names over there. I don't want to give out too much information in case this gets back to who is involved, but I feel like it's family, like a possible son-in-law, somebody like that. All the cards sort of align to that type of person. We did some investigation last night on who's in the family, and it's kind of weird how it aligns with everything. So I didn't get to have time to put out a video today before I decided to leave. I've been trying to get out since early, but I want to make sure I had a location to go to because it's a little hard to track in the city, and I didn't want to go from her house in case there was cops and stuff. So, interestingly enough, this area is kind of by a specific house, not far from one. So, I couldn't help myself. I woke up like, well, I just have to go. But yeah, hopefully, if anybody wants to, if anyone feels called to, gift for the trip, I'd appreciate it, for gas and whatnot. Don't feel obligated, but it does help. Me and Tracy actually are going to be starting a nonprofit for these types of things and to get Justice trained. So we started the process yesterday, at least with the name, and we're gonna, as soon as the name gets registered, do all the stuff for the nonprofit. So, maybe that will push the. It's all Isabella. Like, only going out there and seeing how we didn't have dogs, we didn't have things to help, and when you turn this stuff into cops and stuff, like it's just pointless, right? For 10 years, I've wanted to do something where, I got something on my glasses. Hold on. For 10 years, I wanted to do something where, psychics work with PIs, work with equipment, work with dogs, and that way we could check areas we want to check, because sometimes areas evolve, right? But I have multiple things putting me in this spot, so I have to go check it out. It's driving me crazy. So, like I said, between the astrology, the cards, and the EVP gave me this word twice on the 31st when she went missing. So I found that interesting. And then there was another word that came in that's right up the street. And then there's another word that came in a dream that's around there. So, like I said, I've been on the map literally all day or all morning. But I wanted to update you guys because I didn't have time to do a video. So yeah, I'm looking for like a canal culvert type thing, because that's what the astrology is kind of pointing to, and the cards. I got drainage in the cards and stuff, and it aligns. Which there's a culvert right here behind this street, and I don't want to say this straight out loud, But like I said, this it was weird because I looked at that street last night, and I was like, well, it's kind of far away because it's close to last known location, but it's about 4 miles, air miles, 5 miles, something like that. And I was looking for like railroad tracks, and it was just weird because I didn't expect them to be right there. I don't know, there's too much stuff. And then when I hit that location, let me see, what is this? I don't know what that, I don't know, oh, for review, I can't see it. I haven't talked to Tracy yet, so I was trying to get a hold of, because Isabella's stepdad knows some people in Tucson, and so I was trying to see if someone would go with me out there, but I don't know, I guess they travel out. I think it's like a search team. So yeah, no, it's close to home, yes. It's not far from home. This area actually isn't far, but if you look at that area, it's full of houses, so it's not going to be like exactly right next to her house, and it's more of a culvert than a wash, because I was originally looking at a wash. So, I mean, this is like, this isn't far, but it's also kind of close to who I suspect, and if it's not her, then it's got to be somebody. I don't know, every time I hit the zone, the REM pod went off, like, and it was quiet, it wasn't doing anything, and then I zoned in on this zone behind the street, and it just starts popping off, and then I'd leave and it would stop, and I'd go back and it'd go off again, and I was like, okay, that's weird, and it was just the temperature part of it, not the regular lights. I thought that was interesting, but no, it is close to last known location, but that can be within, you know, so many miles. I don't think she's exactly right down the street from the house or anything like that. Like, if you looked at the area, like, it's surrounded by houses. Totally surrounded by houses. No, it's water. It's the way that the water is in the chart, that's why I said I'm looking for a culvert. I've rechecked it multiple times, and I've looked for the drainage. And it's weird because, you know, Arizona doesn't have a lot of culverts, but I happen to find this one, and it's right triangulated and with the roads and the railroad tracks and everything I'm looking for. So again, if it's not her, it's got to be someone. There is a field, yes. But see, you're talking about fields, there's no fields up where she lives, so it wouldn't be up there. That area, I mean, could have been put in a wash, but it's all steep hill, too. It would be kind of hard, but, I mean, yes, I was originally looking there, but I ended up down the hill a little bit. Because culvert makes more sense than a wash, but it can be wherever there's drainage. But no, this is not a stranger. This is not a stranger. This is, they made it look like it was a stranger, but it's not a stranger. At all. So, if it's not her, it's gotta be someone or something, or I don't know, because I have to go see. But no, that's what I was kind of getting last night, and I was getting like, around the time that the REM pod spiked and I was getting nauseous, I was seeing like being hit in the head. So, but no, there's no stranger danger here. From what I can tell from the little bit of a reading I did, it seems like there's multiple motives. The person that's involved is very two-faced. He looks like a normal person on the outside, even works publicly, I think, but he's somebody else. It could have been money motivated. She might have known something about him that he wasn't. I got multiple motives on this. So there's a few. Yeah, sorry. I'm in kind of a weird place right now. I mean, listen, this is somebody that knew her routine. This is somebody that knew the layout of the house. This is somebody that knew where she was gonna be. Yes, I live out in the country, so yes, I'm riding in rough roads. And like I said, I'm only gonna be on here for a little bit because of the simple fact that I don't know how to get there, so I'm gonna have to use maps. Yeah, so I might break up and come back. This is how this road is. I didn't have time to do anything else today, so I didn't have time to like come on here and tell you guys what I was doing in case anything happens to me. You all know, but I wanted to do a video because hopefully they'll recognize that it's someone in the family circle. And I'll tell you guys the cards I got later. Like, I'll do a full video later with everything, because I can't remember everything I got, but just the astrology matches the cards. So I think there's definitely blunt force trauma there, but definitely planned. Dude, you're all tangled. And now I'm in road construction that I didn't know was here. Am I still like breaking up? I have to try to come back tonight because I have to go tonight to get my electric around. So I was trying to get out here earlier, but you know how that goes. Especially when I didn't want to just be walking around, or walking around all of Tucson without knowing where to go, because I kind of have to be put in an area. There's just too much here. Like I couldn't like ignore it. You know what I mean? There is it was really kind of interesting how I came across it. And I mean, I might not even, if she is, I might not even see her if there's water. I don't know. All I know is the REM pod was spiking like a son of a bitch in that area, and then it stopped. I went to go take a shower and come out, and it was off. But it was like the temperature part of it. It wasn't the yeah, no, there's definitely water in the chart, drainage in the chart, and in the cards. So, but I was trying to figure out whether it was like a wash, because there's a wash by her house. There's a bunch of washes by her house. But no, it's more culvert. Like, I guess a culvert makes more sense than a wash in the chart. And the card I pulled was a drainage. And I did pull a field. There's a field right there too. Basically everything I pulled is right there. I think it's interesting because I don't know if you guys know about the what the heck? The precognitive dream that I had about Balboa that I put out. There's a street there with that road around that area. So I thought that was kind of interesting too. They probably do. Hopefully. This is not stranger. This is like in the family. I was getting that last night, and then when I checked the chart, I was like, yep. It's literally, her 5th house is literally packed, which is all about children. And so. Son or son-in-law. We can only find a son-in-law. But all the cards that I pulled aligned with what the chart is saying and my feelings and what I was kind of getting. So I don't know. We'll see if I ever get out of this. Yeah. Because I also got a 30 figure, which is like the teacher. He's a teacher, and he's a Gemini. Go figure. Allegedly, all alleged. And there's a fixed star in the chart that actually points to basically exactly his personality, or like what he does. That was interesting. Oh man. Well, because the guy that's involved in Isabella's is a Gemini too, and he led false breadcrumbs. Like, they're all about deception. The shadow Gemini, of course, I'm not saying Geminis are bad, but Gemini perpetrators, they're all about deception and leaving false trails and red herrings. So that's basically what the guy did in Isabella's case. Like, he had put the phone in one place, he did this, he did that, he went all the way out to Globe, yes, Trump too. And then this guy, he's broken in to make it look like a stranger. He took her with him. So it's definitely that deception, trying to lead false trails. So a wash is like, it's like a sandy area that water runs through sometimes. Sometimes it can be a river that's dried out, or a creek, like a large area of like sand where water can run through if, we have enough rain. So that's what a wash is. What the heck, man? I don't have all day to sit here. Apparently, I did not know they were doing road work right here, because they weren't last time I went through here. Which was, I was half asleep when I did. So, last, Thursday or something? So yeah, the Shadow Gemini, they show you one side as like this, oh, I'm such a nice guy, I'm such a good person, and the other side is really deceptive. I'm like an hour, I'm an hour and a half from like Tucson, so that's what I'm saying. But I just thought it was kind of interesting because I got the words the day that this happened. I was running the EVP for Isabella, which Isabella did come in and she spiked the REM pod. So, kind of like an old, but it's like really sandy, like if like water used to run there. But a culvert or drainage fits a little bit better the chart than that does. It could be anywhere that water would run through, but it seems like there's aspects in the chart that fit the culvert more, because I kept double checking. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. This area is very interesting from words that came in and things that I found there that I was looking for, and the area I was circling anyways. And then, like, when I hit that specific area, REM pod went wild. So, like, exactly. What it washes, it's just where, like, a river used to run through and it's dry now. Or water used to run through and it's dry. It's usually a river, not really a creek so much, because it's wide and sandy. Like, there's a lot, and they have a lot out there. Like, she lives kind of, like, on a mountain. So, from what I could find, if that's her correct address, she lives on a mountain, and it's covered in houses. So I was like, this kind of doesn't really make sense that for him to put her this close, but she's so close. I mean, it doesn't seem that far air miles. Like, it's like 4 miles air miles. I mean, it could be longer driving, but I have to go see anyways. So this is the area of interest I have, and I have it marked on my map. I gotta... This is up for the day too, but like I said, I've been up since, I don't know, 7 o'clock, and I was like, do I want to go back to sleep, or do I, because I needed to get some things done I did not get done last night. Oh, no problem. But there's like a big one out there because it's considered a river, so when water does run, because I was looking for water. So when you put on the, like, I don't know, the one that shows like the street signs, because when you have it on that satellite or whatever that shows the, you know, the trees and all that, like, it doesn't, you can't see the street. So I switch back and forth between streets and that, and that's the only place that like shows like you know, water through there, but also the culverts. But I don't know how it looks in person. So it's probably gonna look different in person than it does in real life, because that's literally how it is on these stupid maps. I learned that when I went to Phoenix. I was like, dude, nothing looks like as I saw it on the map. So it makes it a little hard. But I may, like I said, I'm not gonna be on here very long because I'm gonna have to put in the directions. And I may call Tracy. Actually, I haven't heard from her today, just so she is like talking to me. So it's kind of hard to work like that. But I don't know if I really want to be alone out there, you know? So we'll see. Can't make promises. I'm just going off of breadcrumbs that I'm putting together, and things like that. But I think she did kind of come in last night. We were talking about her because I got really woozy, like really kind of nauseated, and I was like, why the heck am I so nauseous? And the EMF had spiked, and then the REM pod had been quiet for a minute, and then it went off, and I was like, So got a few things, and then I was like, you know what? So me and Tracy did some investigating. Tracy might be going and getting her PI stuff if we do this. I'm trying to talk my son into doing PI work too, maybe, because we're gonna need PIs if this goes the way I want it to go. We'll see about that. But, you know, going on Isabella's and not having like cadaver dog or anything like that was kind of frustrating. And then the police, you know how they are. They don't like to listen. They searched one area in that spot. They did not expand it. So it was really frustrating. You know, it was my first time going out there, and I walked to the spot where it happened without knowing. So that was kind of that was new for me, because it's not very. Very subtle pooling. It's not like, oh my gosh, you need to walk this way and this is where it's at. It's not really like that. It's very subtle, especially with me and trying to learn how it feels in person, because I've never really done it in person. So, but I've noticed I'm starting to understand like the pools on the map, because location's the hardest for me. I don't know how many of you guys have been following me for a while, how hard location is, and I'm always bitching about how hard location is, even if I have the location, like I don't know it. But I'm starting to understand like how it feels to leave and come back and just keep getting pulled back to a spot once I get there, almost like you get tethered to it. So we'll see. I don't know. It's worth a try, I guess, at this point. But I haven't heard back from Pete yet, so I'm guessing that he couldn't get a hold of the searching. But we did, I guess, we did get some searchers for Isabella, and they do agree with what I'm saying with some dogs, so that's good. Hopefully get in line with them on Saturday, and I might have to go back out there for the search. I'd like to be there when they go back and search, if they'll have me, so. So if you guys haven't watched that video, it's very interesting experience, but I just don't feel like her case is getting enough attention. It's a little frustrating. So yeah. That's what I'm doing, and it's already 2 o'clock, so I have to hurry, because I didn't want to be out there dark, because my stupid neighbor. So I'm probably gonna, I don't know, get off here in just a bit, because I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna have to put it in GPS. I wish somebody else was driving. I know it's easier to feel things when you're not driving, I noticed, but what I noticed being out in Phoenix is that, interestingly enough, in like a bad part, I was like nauseous and sick, and it's weird because I've driven Phoenix before, but I've never felt that way, but of course I don't think I was in that area either. So I think I'm a little bit more sensitive than I thought I was, and then ever since then I've been trying to like recoup from it. I think it's more on my nervous system than I realized, you know? Feeling a lot of different things. Similar to a haunted house, I guess, but a little different, just imprints of places. And sometimes it's also hard to decipher, you know, who you're searching for versus everything else. And I felt more sick at Isabella's at the club where she worked and where he met her at with the obsession and everything than I did where it all happened at. So I felt like that was interesting, like maybe the emotion a lot stronger in that aspect. But I don't know. I may do a tip on this. I don't like to point fingers. I'm pretty sure they know more than what we think. You know, what we know. Of course, police always know a little bit more than we know. Obviously, they're not gonna say that they're onto anything or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, red herrings. I don't know, the chart doesn't look very good for her to be alive somewhere. I could be totally wrong on that, but I call bullshit. When you're dealing with a Gemini, there's a lot of, if he's in fact the one, there is a lot of deception and red herrings involved. I know, because literally Isabella's case has like 50 red herrings. He tried to throw everybody off track, and it worked. It worked for the PI out there. He was stuck on Globe. No, it definitely feels like a male. There's Mars involved. There's not really any female indicators. Doesn't mean one doesn't know about it, but so yeah, probably in about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna get off here and put my maps on, and I don't know. Like I said, I didn't work the case very long. I usually like to work it a lot longer than this before I go out and do anything. I like to make sure, because I don't like to lead anybody wrong or lead myself wrong or run around in circles, because I've been in that situation. And so I usually like to, but I mean, I usually like to know, do more on the case before I ever go anywhere, but this was kind of the only day I could do it, and it felt like I needed to, so, like I think it's being made to look like that, but, it's definitely not a stranger, you're saying. No, it is a family member. You guys have to understand, people throw people off track. Just because a ransom note is sent does not mean that it's a stranger. A ransom note was in John Bonet too, and it wasn't a stranger. So, people do things all the time to throw things off track. Especially when you're dealing with a dual personality. Everything in the chart screams known person, family member, not a stranger. You can't change what a chart says. That's going off the 930 chart. And every card I pulled literally said it too, so. Definitely somebody she knew. Dang. You guys act like red herrings don't exist. Like I said, they literally just dealt with this in Isabella's case, where the phone ransom note does not mean anything. You want to make it look like somebody broke in and kidnapped somebody? If you're close to the case, what do That's okay. Like I say, I use multiple validation tools of what I come up with. I don't just, and I have rechecked things multiple times. I don't just throw random shit out. So, didn't get to look at it as much as I wanted to, but still. Person was no. Money. Come on. Money, she knew something, he felt threatened. I have all my cards at home that I pulled that paint the whole story, but I don't remember what they are. I will, like I said, I'll do a real video later, but, anyways. Alright, so I'm probably gonna get off here so I don't get lost. I mean, I have a little bit of ways to go, but yeah, I don't want people to try to take me away from what the work I've done on it, so that's okay. Autocorrect always sucks. Oh, it's more than instincts, but yeah, that was my first ping anyways. That was my first ping, and then the chart just agreed, that was all. And this is someone smart, just saying. Someone very well educated. It's not some random person off the street. It was made to look like that, but no problem. You guys wouldn't let me leave this alone. So I figured it's not that far. I'll go see. I just have to go check this area. It might not even be her. It might just be someone random or whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Just saying, the chart is not screaming stranger at all, not in any aspect. At least knew her, but it really does kind of point towards family member, ex-family member, son, son-in-law, around that. 34 minutes. Oh, Justice. You okay? What you doing, weirdo? So, I wasn't gonna do the live, but it was more for to let you guys know that I would have a video out later. You guys will see when I do the full reading. Like I said, I felt nauseous last night. I think it was her coming in. I was seeing head trauma, and her chart does not look good. Just saying. It even kind of seems like the timeline could be off. That's what's weird to me, is because the chart is screaming more disposal instead of, like, I don't know, it's weird, but I hope she's alive. I hope I'm wrong. I don't like to jump to conclusions. I just go by what I get. Oh, yeah, I did my little impulsive Aquarius thing and thought I would drive up here and see. hopefully I can get back tonight and get done what I need to get done so I can keep my lights on. But yeah, I have to go see this. I have to go see the spot. I mean, it might not even be her. I just have to go see the spot because it was weird. It was weird how everything like aligned and shit. So yeah, no. Like I said, the REM pod went off as soon as I hit that area, so I gotta go see. Yeah, I am. And it was funny because Tracy was like, watch, there will be more Arizona cases. That was one reason, Trista, like, how did I know you were... Because you knew, because I told you I wouldn't be able to leave it the fuck alone. Did you see my messages, Tracy? I'll probably call you, though, because I wanted to go there myself to feel, because it'll be harder with you on the phone, but I also don't want to go by myself with nobody. Pete couldn't get a hold of the searchers that in Tucson that he knows. So, but I'm gonna have to jump off here soon because I don't know how to get there. So I have to put it in my GPS. I'm freaking starving right now though. But I fell asleep on you last night. Like I was just like, okay, I can't look at this map anymore. I mean, I can't look at this anymore. I was like, I'll just get up and do it. Oh, you just know me, girl. She could be. Definitely have some. I'm just saying. I like her chart doesn't look good. I think the whole ransom shit's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I think it was made to look like that. That's why he took her out of the house. So people are chasing their tails. Like, especially if it's who I think it is, and they are good at red herrings. And if it was planned, it was planned. You know, people plan for stuff like this. Obviously. And they can make things look however they want to make them look. I know. That's what I'm saying. Just because there's a fucking ransom note and it looked like a break-in does not mean that it wasn't somebody close. Because a chart is screaming, not a fucking stranger. Just saying. And neither do the cards. Nothing is screaming stranger. And Tracy, everything that we went over last night, like, I pulled cards and they all align with that person. Just saying. It's weird. Literally pulled the teacher card. So, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And you know what else? Is this area that I'm going to is not far from the house. That person's house. But yeah, you guys will see when I put out the full video and everything. If they don't find her or whatever, like, you know, before I'm able to put it out. But exactly. That's what I'm saying, Trista. That's exactly what it is. And we're dealing with that bullshit in Isabella's case. It's the same thing. It's hard to see through the facade sometimes when other people don't. I hope it's not shocking. That's like I said, you know, I did with John Bonet, and there was also a ransom note, and then they never took her out of the house. And they knew stuff only people from the inside would know. Just saying. And it's because their freaking perpetrators, I think, are both Geminis. Like, that's what they do. They are in perpetrator land. I'm noticing, and I can read a Gemini pretty good because I'm also an air sign. At least in cases, they are literally the masters of manipulation, misdirection, red herrings, false bullshit, like literally. That's what they do. You're looking at a dual, someone with two faces, someone with two sides. They literally are all about throwing people off track. What's up, buddy? You okay? No, out of it's who I think is. He's actually a standing pillar of the community. Charismatic, yes. One side's charismatic and oh, I could never do anybody harm. It's a chameleon. And the other side is, very dark or has dark tendencies. They fool you. I mean, just look at Trump, just saying. And you look at the shadow side of a Gemini. That's what they do. Try to throw everybody off track. And he knows to make it look a certain way because he knows the family is well known or wealthy or whatever it may be, right? So he's got to make it look like a kidnapping or whatever. It's interesting they call it a crime scene though, because I don't know. I just think that's why I'm raising took her out, because I've been sitting here like, why would he take her out of the house? Everybody's chasing their tails. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I love to be wrong on cases. Well, I don't love to be wrong, but I hope that I'm wrong. But, this is why I use multiple validation tools and stuff, because, I can't afford to be wrong. The pressure is real, but, I would rather her be alive somewhere well. Oh, yeah. You guys are definitely something, well, the shadow side. I'm not saying, good people that are that side. But, definitely Gemini are the master manipulators. And they are all about trickery. Trickery, and smoke screens. That's what I'm saying. Tracy. But, yeah, wait till you see what I sent you today. So, yeah, I'm probably going to get off here and give you a call here in a minute. Because I gotta put this in my map. I don't know where the hell I'm going. I know the street. I think, yeah, I wrote the street down. Plus I have my map on me, but that I've pinned everything on. So but yeah, anybody would love to support the trip, then you know where to find the stuff. So I appreciate you guys, and I will update you when I'm done, maybe. But definitely, I wanted to put this out because I didn't have time to do anything else. So, all right. I better get off here and yeah. When you go look at, yeah, I'm taking Justice. I mean, because I thought, well, if I'm walking a dog, it looks a little bit better than if I'm not walking a dog. Plus, dogs are dogs, right? They still have a nose. He's not trained yet, but, you know. So, I brought him along. I wasn't sure if he was going to be, like, distracting or not. Like, I didn't take him out to Phoenix. Because he's not trained like that, but, you know? Yeah, I don't know about that. He's kind of a wuss, but we'll see. So, he's laying in the seat next to me. He hasn't been in the car in a while, so. He's a little stinker is what he is. But that's the whole point of mine and Tracy and probably Trista's little nonprofit is part of it. We're going to get his ass trained. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, all right, I gotta figure out how to do this. I will see you guys later.